Hello everyone, welcome to Adam's Stock Talk. Today is May the 3rd, 2025. It's a Saturday. First, let us look at the market index. At the end of May 2nd, this Friday, for the whole week, Dow Jones Index increased 2.71%, Nasdaq increased 3.52%, S&P 500 increased 2.86%, and the Russell 2000 increased 2.81%. The information technology sectors gained the most, 5.70%, and the communication service gained the second, 5.26%. Energy sectors lost 0.77%. For 1 month, Dow Jones Industry has gained 1.90%, Nasdaq gained 8.62%, S&P 500 gained 5.38%, and the Russell 2000 gained 5.77%. For 1 year, ending this Friday, Dow Jones Industry gained 8.09%, Nasdaq gained 13.49%, S&P 500 gained 12.29%, and the Russell 2000 gained 0.23%. Overall, the major index took back all the losses induced by Trump's tariff war, and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 gained the most, while Russell 2000 gained the least from 1 year from this Friday. Let's first look at SPY, which is S&P 500 ETF. On Thursday, I have tell my WeChat group that it has been like 1, 2, 3, 4 days stayed above now 490, 449. So I told them that looks like there's a trend reversal. And on Friday, now it's hit here, which is almost above 60 days moving average. And we have seen that there is this 240 days moving average above it. And then there's another 120 days moving average above it. So at this point, I would say that from technical standpoint, looks like the market is reversed, going upwards. I don't know how far it will go, but we need to change our mindset now. Once the market was pulling back, I will start to cover my hedge positions and also looking for the entrance point, which means buy, and make my portfolio more looking long than more like stay short. Now we should pay 2 things. One is about 575. I will use this. $5.75. I will use this as above resistance. That's major resistance we need to looking for. See if it can break through upwards. And then there's another thing we need to looking for is, as long as it's stayed above this line, so it may come back, and any comeback, that's a good opportunity for us to cover the hurt or buy in. As long as it stayed above this trend line, at this point, I would stay long. Now let's look at several individual stock. Let's first look at Costco. Costco is one of my favorite, and I have made several videos about Costco stocks. And on Thursday, I have tell the people in my WeChat group, and also on the X, that it breaks into this gap into here. We normally say that large gap, small resistance. So I remind people to pay especially attention to this. You can see that on Friday, it goes up into the gap. And I would say this is a very good trading opportunities, and we can use 1025 as our up resistance. So this is a good stock to monitor on. I especially like its fundamentals and also its market. I went to Costco frequently, and I always see there's crowds of people over there. So I think this is a major investment I will focus on, and long term, I think that will have a good return and a good future on this stock. Now let's look at Novedian. Novedian is a stock. I'm bearish about it, and for the past 2 days, it did go up quite a bit, but it's still within this gray box, and we can see that it still have 60 days moving average, 240 days, and 120 days moving average above it. So all those could be the resistance. And also just look at this RSI in short term, looks like it's above this 50. So we would say bull is in control for now, but I will still be very cautious, and I will wait for at least 3 or 4 days. If it can stay there for 3 or 4 days, then I will consider it as a trend reversal. At this point, I'm still consider it in a downtrend. Now let me look together with you at Pfizer. Pfizer's stick ticker is PFE. It appears to a lot of people it's quite attractive. If you look from the PE standpoint, it's around 7.45. It has an annual dividend of 6.98%. It's a major pharmaceutical company, so the business perspective is very, very strong, and its market cap is 137 billions. So it's quite appealing to a lot of people. But if we look at its technical side, so this is the daily chart. Let's look at just for the 3 months. You can see that the 5-day moving average and the 10 days start to going up, but the rest of the 20 and 30, the 20 days is leveled, but the 30, 60, 120, and 240 days still going in a downtrend. So in this kind of cases, it just broken down from this adjusting area. So I would say it's too early to buy in, even though the RSI now is above the 50%, indicating that bull is in control. But I will wait for a little bit. How about app-loving stock, APP? It's a hot stock last year, and it calmed down quite a bit. But if you look at these few days, it's also going up. You can see that there's a 60-day moving average above it, and then there's 120 days moving average above it. So all those major resistance. And if you look at the RSI, it's just above the 50. So bulls in control, but I would say we need to wait for all those moving average to form a bullish pattern, which means that I prefer to see the 5 days moving average is above 10 days, and 10 days above 20 days, 20 days above 30 days, and so on. I would prefer to see those bullish line up before I purchase this stock again. Let's look at its fundamentals. 100. It's 104 billion. So the market capital is not very small. The PE is 61. It's still relatively high, and no dividend. So at this point, I wouldn't buy it. Last, I will look together with you with the PLTR technology, PLTR. This stock currently, it goes up a lot already. Currently, the market cap is at 291 billion. It's, relative to its AI technology company, at the PE is 968. So that's really high with no dividend. So that tells me that a lot of people is betting on its future. It has good business perspective, and it also have the Molten, which it have a lot of government contractors and the backups, and also its AI technology is also very leading. But let's look at its technical. From its technical side, now it's almost reached the previous high. So we will need to wait to see if it can break through the previous high and create a new high. And all the moving average, 5, 10, 20, 30, they are all in an uptrend, and they are all in a bullish lineup. So I think that's encouraging. And the MACD, they are all above the water. RSI is getting into the overbuy area. So we need to be cautious about that. for this stock, I would say for trading, maybe it have its potential, but for the long-term investing, we need to be cautious because there's just too much, the market, there's too much uncertainty at this point. So I would wait a little bit. Okay, that's all for this week. If you do not remember all those analysis and those things I did, just to remember that looks like the overall market trend is reversed. So at this point, I think we need to start to thinking about to looking for buy-in entrance instead of sell entrance. The market in short term, it could continue to go up. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next Friday.